everyone. Thanks for joining us back in the Origins 2016 summer preview coverage from the Dice Tower. I am here with Matt from Steamforge Games. He's going to walk us through Guildball. Take it away, Matt.
No problem. Thanks for having me. So Guildball's a medieval soccer game.
Yeah.
It's set in a fantasy world, of a medieval world, where the guilds, i.e. the guys that control the commerce, have seen that the peasants enjoy watching, playing football,
right?
And they've got involved. So now they're sponsoring teams. They're encouraging these leagues to sprout up.
Right.
Obviously, all the peasants and the masses love this game.
Yeah.
They come along and they watch these huge matches between professional athletes who are representing their guild. So what we've got here is representatives of the Fishermen Guild, and as you can see, they all look like fishermen. So they kind of act as like a showcase for the guild.
Yeah.
You know, to show off the power of the guild. And you know, as I say, the fans love it. Over here we have the new team for Season 2, which is the Hunters team.
Right.
They've come out of the wilderness to get involved with this game. They've been lured in by Obulus from the Morticians Guild. There's a huge swirling political backstory going on behind the scenes of what is essentially soccer with axes.
That's very cool. All right, so each of, what's your normal team size for Guildball?
So normal team size is 6 models a side. We have no point system. The only stipulation is you need a captain. So Corsair is the captain of the fishermen, and Thron is the captain of the hunters. And you need one mascot, which is Salt is the mascot for the fishermen, and over there you have Fahad, the lynx, who's the mascot of the hunters. And then after that, you can pick any combination of 4 valid models. Okay. So it takes you to 6.
All right, so actually, as far as collecting and painting and something like that, this is actually a pretty good stepping into point for somebody that maybe hasn't made that leap yet.
Absolutely. We're looking at around about $100. Certainly, we've got show specials going on at the moment where you can get a full team for $100. Okay. And that's all you need to play the game. The starter sets for the core teams are only 3 models, and that plays in about 15 or 20 minutes. Right. It's a stripped down version of the game, but it gets you the idea of how fast and fun it is.
See if you want to go deeper with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what we do try and do at Steamforge is make sure that people have all the information they need before they make a purchase. So all of our rules are available for free on our website. That's and we've also done paper dolls, so you can just download, print them out, and play the game and see if you like it. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool. All right, so these guys are pro-painted by your team, I imagine?
Absolutely. I'd like to say they were mine, but they're not.
Yeah, right. So are these resin, or are they, I see you have a single miniature as pewter, right?
That's right. So the main SKU is metal. It's resilient, and people enjoy, obviously playing with the weight of the pieces. Right. But we do an exclusive resin range direct on our website. So these models here are resin, but if you were to put them side by side, it's very difficult to see the difference once you've got them painted up. Okay. But the resins have that ever so slightly more crisp edges to them.
That's very cool. All right, so how does a round work, basically?
So it's an asynchronous model activation, so it means you go, I go, and essentially at the beginning of each turn, we gather a pool of influence. Right. So these all being sportsmen, they bring a certain degree of control to the board, and that's represented by tokens that we call influence tokens. Mm-hmm. Now, each model brings a certain amount, and each model can be allocated a certain amount. So you gather a pool, you assess the layout of the game, and you work out where you think you might want to go and what you might want to do. And you might give, Grayscale's a couple of influence, Kraken might get a couple, and you allocate your influence out. Your opponent, who is going second in the initiative turn, gets to see where you're putting your initiative. He then gets to respond and act and say, oh, hold on, you've fully loaded up on Corsair, right? Maybe he's going to be doing something special. Right. So he then allocates his influence out. From there, it's a single model activation. So you will activate a model, spend all of your influence, and then that model is done, and then it's for your opponent to have a go. And we use influence for things like moving, attacking, using plays, which are, like spell kind of effects. Right. And most importantly, kicking the ball and having a shot on goal. Gotcha. All right, so how do you win the game? So there are 2 ways of winning the game. Actually, that's a lie. There is one way of winning the game, that's getting 12 VPs. There's 2 ways of getting there.
Right, yeah.
First way, and the most exciting way, is scoring goals. For that, we give you 4 VPs. Okay. If you beat someone up to the point where they have to leave the field, you get 2 VPs for that. Okay. So you can win generally with a mix of scoring a couple of goals and killing a couple of guys.
Now, wait a minute. You said just messing them up earlier.
That's
You're
right.
actually killing them?
Well, no, not really. So when a model's taken out, they're removed from play, and then at the beginning of the next turn they come back on. So basically the Apothecary Guild have got onto them, they've rubbed them with icy sponges and everything, and then they're ready to go. They come back on.
Go to the locker room, get sewed up so they can come back.
You got it,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. All right, great. So what's the, you already said it's $100 for a full 16, right?
Well, we're doing a show special, which is $100 for an 8-man team.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But generally, it'll be about $100-ish for, depending on some of the models. Some of the teams have larger base models,
Gotcha.
so they're around about $100.
Okay, and starter sets are?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Starter
sets?
Starter sets?
They're about
32 bucks.
32, 35, something
I knew
like
that.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. That's cool. All right, so now this is all readily available right now.
Yeah. So we are in.
How can you get it? How can you get it?
Go to your local retailer. We at Steamforge, we absolutely love retail stores. We want you to shop in retail stores, so we channel all of our energy and effort into making sure products are in stores. If your local store doesn't have any product, get them to get in touch with our distributors. So in the States, we're in with all of the big distributors, so Golden, ACD, PhD, etc., etc. And across Europe, we're in with the major distributors in each of the territories.
Gotcha. Okay, so what conventions are you going to be at this year?
Definitely Gen Con.
You're here, and you're at Gen Con?
Yes, we're going to Spiel for certain. Who? Crisis in Belgium.
Crisis in Belgium.
And I think they're the big ones, and there's a smattering of kind of like smaller scale ones that we're going to go out throughout the rest of the year.
Okay, all right, sounds good. That is Guildball from Steamforge Games. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Cheers.
We'll see you guys on the flip side.